I decided to stop by Bibbens, check out some new Polaris four-wheelers, give you guys a little tour of what these new machines are all about. Jeff, I see you have a couple of Polarises. What models are these?
So these are going to be your 55-inch wide Sportsman XP-S and your Scrambler XP1000S.
These are huge.
Yes.
What's on these things?
So you're looking at about 55 inches for both.
I see a lot of ground clearance on both machines.
Yeah, a whopping 14.5 inches.
That's amazing. Do you know the weight on them?
I do not.
Well, you got your cheat sheet there.
So this is 881. This one is 970.
970. This has got to be the biggest single-seater four-wheeler I think they've ever made. Production four-wheeler.
Yes.
I know a lot of guys will add suspension and tires to make them bigger, but this is, from the factory, an absolutely huge machine.
From the factory stock, yes, it is the largest. Here you do have your Walker Evans clicker shocks on there. That is something that's going to give this the best handling, the best suspension that you can have on it. Unfortunately for your Sportsman S, they have your regular gas shocks that are non-rebuildable.
So other than that, is your chassis pretty much the same between the two machines?
Yes, you got so your front A-arms in that is almost kind of built like a side-by-side.
Yeah, they got an arch lower one.
Yes, and that's what's going to give you your, obviously, your 55 inches wide, plus just your overall ground clearance. Your Sportsman comes standard with your front bumper, synthetic rope winch on there, LED lights.
Yeah, turn those on for us.
So you got LED lights.
Oh, it's kind of got like a running light up top.
Yep, so there's just your running light, and then when you put your high beams on,
wow,
you have that there. Turn those off. It does have 3 performance mode.
About that performance standard work mode, can you actually change that on the fly while you're riding?
Yes, it is safe to do so. What will happen if you're in performance mode and you want to go to, say, standard mode, and you switch the button there, basically it will kick in once the motor or the throttle profile gets to where it's a safe place to engage.
So it's got, you have to decelerate and slow to a certain speed or something, right?
Correct.
And then it'll engage. Much like a four-wheel drive on the front end would work.
Yes.
Got it.
Correct. And then so you have standard mode, and then your work mode if you're going to be towing or working around the house or doing anything that requires pulling or towing.
Gives you more torque, more bottom end.
Correct. Yep.
Cool. Very nice machine. And storage on this one?
Storage, we got a little bit of storage up front, not much, but if we lift this up, you got a little bit of storage here. There is a gasket around it. I wouldn't say that it's completely waterproof, so I wouldn't put anything really important in there. Your battery is actually going to be located underneath this. Okay. So if you unlock this front cab on there, lift up.
Easy to access.
Yep.
And I did notice these new Polarises come with this charge port, so you don't have to actually access your battery, right? That's the hookup and tender.
That is going to be standard now on all models, whether it's side-by-sides or ATVs. That's a new feature that Polaris has come out with. So instead of having to locate or find your battery every time you want to put a tender on it, it's easily located. All your ATVs are going to be located right here on your headlight pod. And then on your Rangers, you're going to see them kind of by your ignition switch or your key switch. There's going to be a plug right there for that.
Very cool.
So there's just a little bit back here. What we normally put back here for the customer is going to be your owner's manual and your toolkit in there.
That's much larger than the front one.
Yes. Yep. So you got a little bit of room in there. Does come with your rear bumper on here as well, arched A-arms in the rear, and a 2-inch receiver on there in the back.
It's just such a big quad. Oh, I like the center exhaust too. That's cool.
Very loud too.
Yeah.
Sounds good. It's got a lot of power, a lot of torque.
Throaty sound to it.
When we go over here to your Scrambler, unfortunately, this is more of your sport quad, so you're not going to have that.
That's not unfortunate. That's a good thing.
Well, yeah.
If you're an adrenaline junkie.
The only storage is going to be this little guy right here.
Oh, wow.
So
just enough for a phone or something.
Toolkit, that's about all that's located in there at the moment. You do have this rear rack. That's standard. Your clicker shocks with dual rate springs in the back.
Yeah, those are really
very easy to change these. So these actually have rebound and compression on them as well.
Just a click away.
Yep, just a click away. This model does not actually come with LED headlights, which is crazy, but we did update these headlights. So instead of the halogen bulbs, we did update those to your LEDs. And then standard again on this is going to be your Pro Armor light switch on there.
Yeah,
so
you're gonna have a hard time outrunning that light.
You're gonna get your Duro tires. which are going to be more aggressive than your standard tires, a little bit more actual ground clearance because you're going to be sitting on 27s on 12-inch rims.
Wow.
And then front bumper, no winch standard on this, but that can be added at any time if you need it. Just going to add some weight to it. You're sitting dry weight here at about 881 pounds. You are sitting much heavier, about 970 on the Sportsman XP.
What do you assume that is? The plastics? I mean, we're looking at no fender flares on that one, but the Sportsman has some fender flares and additional plastic.
You got your fender flares, you got your bumpers,
yeah,
which
that'll add
are
weight.
very meaty, plus your winch. Your winch is probably about 30 pounds, so that's going to add that in there as well. You have different tires too, so these aren't the same tires that are on the Scrambler.
A little more suited for utility work.
Yes, correct.
Now, we haven't talked the big number here, horsepower.
Horsepower, both are sitting at 89 horsepower. 89
horsepower. I bet that gets up and moves.
They do. Both start at the same MSRP as well. MSRP on these 2024 models is going to be $17,799.
Wow. Big price, but we hear a lot of comments. People don't want to trade in their older machine because they've had it, they've paid for it, and they get a little sticker shock at the new prices. But the new prices come with reliability, comfort, and performance that you're not getting in your old machine.
Yeah, I mean, these come standard with a factory 6-month warranty. So that's standard on these, which can be extended. So if you do want to extend that, you can extend it up to 5 years. And there's 2 different protection plans that you can go. You can do total protection, it's going to cover the entire machine, or you can just do your powertrain, which is going to cover your engine and transmission.
And where's a good place to ride these? I think Tug Hill would be top notch.
I think Tug Hill would be great.
You could really let them open up and use that suspension.
Yeah, the suspension on that Scrambler will just eat those bumps and the rocks and stuff up. We took a side-by-side up there this past fall, and we had gas shocks on it, and I could tell you, I wish I had this shock or the suspension on that side-by-side. It would make a world of a difference.
Yeah, smoother ride. Awesome. Well, you guys aren't located too far from the exit off of 90 in Weedsport.
Yeah, exit 40 off the thruway. We do have both of these in stock, ready, and are for sale.